everyone, welcome to another Average Angler video. Today, answering another question from another one of my viewers. What have I got here? This is my keepnet bar. And somebody said, oh, your keepnet bar looks interesting. Can you do a video on it? So here it is. As you can see, this is not commercially available. This is something that I made because I like making things. It's made from 19mm box section, or 3/4 inch, I think is what it really is, but they call it 19mm these days because of Imperial. On it, because we're metric, sorry, not Imperial. Oh, so I can get one of these to focus for you. On it here, connected to, there we are, that is a Pro Logic quick connector. That's a small size. I would advise that if you were to copy this, go to medium or large, because I have actually broken one of the small ones. But only one, since I've been using it for pretty much since I started back match fishing, so 18 months, 2 years, but probably 2 years I've had this now, and I haven't broken it. So I've broken one, so, and that was probably me being heavy-handed. The other half, that's a quickly release connector, so you keep on the other half of the keep net. There's just a little socket, plugs in there, click, boom, it's on. When I want to take it off, pull the sleeve back and I take it off. Dead simple. Okay, that is connected now. I don't know if you can see this. There's just a hole in the, there's a hole in the box section, and that is that down there, you can see it, is the standard thread for for landing nets, keep nets, etc., which is 3/8 BSF or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it is. And the nut just happens to sit perfectly in that gap. So all you've got to do is get the nut in the right place, and you can just tighten it from the top. You don't have to hold the nut at the bottom because it can't turn. It slots in there, but it can't turn. That's just a nice, happy coincidence, which is really useful when you're trying to do this one and that one, because you can't obviously get a spanner in the back of there or anything to hold them. But what you can do is you can slide the nut down, push something through the hole that you've made to hold it in a position, and then you just screw that straight into the nut, and it just pulls the nut up tight. So it's really easy. Okay, and then the final component in this is this here. Now you may have seen one of my previous videos in which I used this product, Polymorph plastic beading. I'll put my hand over that, try and shadow it a little bit so you can see what it says. But I've used that to make some of my little holders for my stopwatch and for my clicker. So it's moldable plastic, and I haven't used it to make these. So these do actually slide up and down on there. That one's not, they're not moving very well at the moment because they got dirty, but they're fixed in position now. But they do move. If you clean up the thing, they do slide up and down. They're a nice tight fit, but that's how I want them. So there's no clamping, there's no anything. They're just a tight fit. So once it's on, it's on. But they are adjustable. So if I do find myself where I need to move my nets to the right or to the left, I can slide everything around. And then how does it all fit onto the box? Well, let's go and I'll try to show you that. I've got my box set up out here, look, in my back garden. And that literally drops over that leg, and that one drops over the other leg. You just push it down, it's quite tight. It's hard for me to do one-handed. But there you are, essentially. Just push it down, you do either side and you put it where you want. I'll leave it there because one-handed it's quite difficult. But it doesn't move because it's tight fit, that's what I want. So I can slide that to the level that I want. At the moment it's there, I could have it down to here. Doesn't really matter. And then my keep nets go in there, and there, and in there. And the distance between there and there, distance between all of these, let me see, the distance between this one and then this one and this one has been measured out so that my keep nets are nearly touching each other, so I can get 4 keep nets in a smaller space as possible. So there you are, that is how I do it. If I was going to do this again, what would I do differently? I'd get bigger, I'd get the next size up Pro Logic connectors, so the small ones would go medium, and I might invest in some space saver nets where the top is smaller, and by smaller I mean not as wide. So it tends to be deeper, so it goes away from you a bit more, so you can get the fish in the net still, but not as wide. And then you might be able to get 5 on this. You might be able to get 5 on this bar. So there you are. That is my keep net bar. Do you need to make one of these? No, if you already got one, carry on doing one. If you want something fun to do, aluminium 19mm box section, that's the hardest thing to get hold of. You can get hold of it at a decent price, but then trying to get it shipped to you will cost you a fortune because it comes in like 2 metre lengths. So you've got to try and find somewhere you can collect it from. The ProLogic stuff, those ProLogic things you can get off eBay or anywhere. And again, we've already talked about this polymorph moldable plastic. You can get that off the internet as well. So if if you want a little project, there you go. Anything else anybody wants me to talk about on my tackle, please let me know. Thanks for tuning in, guys.